All right, I'm gonna change my name, but ordinary Buddha here until I do, with some cool stuff for you today. So in this video, we're gonna do like a conceptualization that we can meditate on that has the ability to inspire us to make better choices. All right, so I just drank a bunch of water because I had like really gnarly hiccups, so I'm all bubbly. All right, so I don't know. Science. They've determined that there's like 11 different dimensions, and they're all layered on top of this dimension. And so hypothetically, you know, if you lived in like any one of those higher dimensions above ours, then you could perceive us, and we wouldn't be able to perceive you, right? So we're gonna kind of explore this idea. You might not believe this, and that's cool, but we're gonna explore it. We're gonna go with it. So and it's going to help us make this conceptualization, right? So there could be non-visible beings all around us right now, like in all these other dimensions. And another way to look at this, the same deal. I mean, the visible light spectrum is like 1% of the entire energy spectrum. Like, it's a small sliver. So, and this is frequency range. This is frequencies, right? So there could be beings like existing that we can't see because they're outside of the visible spectrum of light, right? All around us in different frequencies. There could be energy specters or energetic beings not visible all around us at frequencies lower than us, the visible light spectrum, and frequencies higher than us. So basically we're dealing with non-visible beings right now. So if you just go with it, we'll be cool, right? So now, like in real life, we want to be next to people who vibrate at a higher frequency. We want to be next to happy people. We want to be next to fun people. Like, we all want to be those people, and we want to be next to them. We really do, because if you think about it, miserable people are only miserable because they're not happy. You see what I'm saying? Like, we all want to be happy. It's just miserable people are only miserable because they're not happy. You see, we all want to be happy. So, and if like a person has figured out how to be happy, sometimes people who figured out how to be happy, they want to help people who are not happy learn how to be happy. Like take AA for example. A person struggling with an alcohol addiction, right? They go to AA meetings to get support and fellowship from other people who had alcohol problems, addictions, who figured out, who gained confidence on how to like manage that, and then they're gonna help each other, right? So you see, like what I'm saying here, in real life, we want to be next to positive, fast vibrating people, and those people sometimes they want to help. They want to help if the people who are trying to work through their problems. You see what I'm saying? So we're going to take these two kind of sets of information. We're going to put them together to make our like conceptualization we can meditate on and think about, and that can inspire us to be better, right? So it stands to reason that these non-visible beings that exist hypothetically, right? Just entertain the thought if you don't believe this. It stands to reason that they are around us at all times. And since we're going to focus only on the higher vibrating ones, we're not going to focus on the lower vibrating non-visible beings right now. But since these beings are vibrating at a higher frequency than us, like, it stands to reason they might want to help us get better. Like, they might want to help us work through our stuff. Like, even though we can't really perceive them, I don't know why it would be different in real life. And like, conversely, like 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 maybe you figured out how to be happy, you want to help some people, but like if a person doesn't want to help themselves and you're trying to, share what you learned for others, you're not going to be able to help them, right? So you're going to find the people who want to help themselves, you know, and you're going to reach out to those people, right? So it stands to reason that the non-visible beings out there who want to help people from lower dimensions, because they can perceive us, right? We can't perceive them so well, but they're going to gravitate towards the people who want to help themselves. So we're just supposing, right? But if you think about it, what are you doing in your life to invite these beings, call them angels, deva, whatever you want, to help you, right? Are you creating an internal environment and an external environment, like where these beings would want to come into and help you? Like, because I mean, like, if you think about the law of attraction, so when we conceptualize things, now we got to go back to it, but I'm going to segue out and then come back. But when we conceptualize things, sometimes there's concepts that are really hard to understand for the human mind, like infinity. Like we can't conceive of infinity, right? And like even like high numbers are really hard for people to conceive of, like a billion. Like I don't even know how many millions it takes to equal a billion. It's embarrassing, but I don't. But that's cool. Like so, like when we can personalize non-conceptual phenomena, like it makes it easier for people to understand. Like God is a concept that isn't really easy for people to understand. Like people can't conceive of God, like we can't. So like in religions, he's become personalized. You see what I'm saying? So like with the law of attraction, one of the things about the law of attraction on the conceptual level that I never really understood was like how I could just create something with mind power, not doing any physical work. Like I never really understood that. But if you think about it, if you're receiving help from beings around you, like if they're like intuiting to you, or like helping nudge you, and to move at a certain time that's going to line up everything because they have higher perceptions, right? Like we're trying to gain their perceptions, like while we try to seek enlightenment, right? So I mean, they could be helping us. You see, so that helps me when I personalize that on the conceptual level. If I can personalize it, then it kind of helps me to understand like the law of attraction on that level that I don't understand it on, for example. But if you really think about like beings, like say they're these beings and they live on higher dimensions and they vibrate at like a frequency I can't even see them, right? They probably have like magic powers, and like if I'm in a situation where I need help, you know, it's kind of like, oh man, I should call on these beings to help me. But it's like, are you creating an environment that's going to attract those beings internally and externally, right? Are you living a life that's vibrationally sending out a message vibrationally that's saying, yeah, I'm ready for help, like from you, from these other dimensions? You see what I'm saying? So if you really start to think about it and meditate on this conceptualization of non-visible beings who want to help us from higher dimensions, higher frequencies, right? But are we inviting them into our lives, for that purpose? Now, the point of the exercise is really to get us to think about and get us into a mental space where we experience like what that space would feel like, you know, like what that space of inviting them would feel like. So we could that will try to inspire us to live like that every day. Like certain religions, Christian religions, I know that this might go antithetical to that because maybe you know you're inviting a being from a lower frequency in, and we're not really trying to invite them in so much as we are trying to understand and conceive of like what that internal space might feel like. You know what I'm saying? So if you think about it, non-visible beings out there, higher levels, wanting to help us, helping us along the way, but what are we doing to invite them into our lives to help us? Like, are we living wholesomely, morally? Like, are we being honest with the people around us? Are we thinking positive, kind thoughts? It's like basic stuff, because love is the highest vibration, right? So are we being loving? It's kind of like stuff like that, and it's kind of the metaphysical, personalized on a level that we could kind of understand and make it closer to us, so we can kind of see, oh, like maybe if I want help, I should live better, and then we can experience the fruits of just living better, whether or not invisible beings are helping us or not. You see what I'm saying? So anyways, I think I got everything in there I wanted to get in there. So hopefully you enjoyed the video. And I don't know, try it daily to bring yourself, to bring yourself to a place of self-examination on just that level, like, I mean, if you want, okay, so I thought about this earlier and I wanted to put it in, but I kind of forgot until now. So like, there's a formula for like profound change in life. Basically, there's a formula. It's the same formula, but depending on how you use it, you can get transformative change, like transformative change that you see in a lot of enlightened yogi people. But then there's a formula you can just use, right? And the formula is disciplined effort applied to self-examination on the mental, physical, or behavioral level in the context of your life experiences. Now that's the formula for radical change. I mean, for profound change. And if the life experiences are more radical, you're going to have more radical change. When you apply that formula to the context of self inquiry, like who am I? Like what am I? Like who is real? Like am I the thinker, or am I the person that witnesses the thoughts, right? Am I this material, or am I the conscious awareness of this material, right? So that's when you start taking that formula and you apply it to like self-inquiry on like the level of existence, that's transformative change. But if you take the formula of disciplined effort applied towards self-examination in the three dimensions of our being, thinking, feeling, and action, behavior, in terms of our life experiences, radical life experiences ideally, but life experiences are just fine, then you will be able to see change. So this conceptualization, meditation, whatever you want to call it, is basically just a tool for us to exercise self-examination. And the discipline comes in if you do it like every day for a couple days or a week. You're applying disciplined effort towards self-examination. You're like, okay, well, like, how do I want to be in my being like this, right? And then applying it to your life experiences. Okay, how was I how I wanted to be in this situation? No or yes, right? So anyways, that's how it works, and that's the point of this talk. And hopefully you can get something out of it. And if you wish to try it out, let me know how it goes in the comments. And if you just liked the information, then cool, man, sweet. Right on. Well, I'm getting kind of crazy, so I better get out of here. All right, peace.